Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. It is September 2023. It has been a minute since I posted anything, and I want to give you an update as far as what's going on, the reason why you haven't heard anything, and it really comes down to we've had a lot of work. We've been blessed with a lot of work, so that's kept us busy. And what was that? Oh yeah, I was in the hospital. Like I said in the intro, I indeed went into the hospital in early August, maybe August the 10th, I think it was. I had some extraordinarily sharp pain. Best way I can describe it, if you've ever taken a medication, a pill, that should have been taken with food, but you didn't take it with food, that kind of sharp stabbing pain in your stomach, that's what it felt like. It kind of started as some nausea, like, oh man, I've eaten too much sugar, like an empty stomach, which I had. I totally ate a donut right after I got out of bed. That was not a good call. And that discomfort slowly built to that stabbing pain, and it would not go away. And so, of course, we were doing the standard interweb search thing to see what's going on, and thought it might be gallstones. Alright, so the internet said that gallstones could last anywhere from 1 to 5 hours. I was like, alright, I can tough this thing out. Well, 7 hours later, the pain didn't go away. So we went to the ER, and once they got my blood work back, they actually very quickly took me back, and they gave me morphine, so I started feeling a little bit better, kind of out of it, and they were saying things like blood sugar over 400, different levels that should be in the hundreds were in the thousands. I don't know. My wife could probably tell you more about that, but they were dropping terms like diabetic coma, organ failure, things like that. And this just came out of nowhere. I was feeling perfectly fine the day before, and then all of a sudden that morning woke up, didn't feel great, stabbing pain, hospital. I ended up being in the ICU for about 4 days. I was given a diagnosis of pancreatitis and type 2 diabetes. So yeah, there we go. It took me about 3 weeks, I guess, to get back to 100% to where I didn't feel terrible throughout the day. And so that's a big reason kind of why production of videos stopped for more than a month now. On top of that, like I said in the intro, we've been blessed with a large amount of work, which has been great. In fact, the day before I went into the hospital, we secured 2 contracts. One with the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Forestry, and Parks, and the second one with Refuge Medical Training Company. And so each of those were 100 item things that we had to batch out. And so for the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, we actually made a field notes book and keychains. So you should be seeing pictures of those now. Beautiful mahogany leather that we did that out of. We got a custom stamp made for them, and it's just a lot of fun. I will try to put up a video of me making one of those field notebooks, and in the midst of doing that, I like the design. I decided to make one for myself, but slightly different. I hand dyed this one to give it a more rustic, antiqued, old type feel, and of course there's my logo in it, if that'll come into focus. And yeah, it just holds a standard field notes. So, pretty cool thing. Sometimes in the midst of work and whatever else you have to do, some personal projects just to keep yourself sane. Otherwise it just becomes a job, and it's not fun at that point. So, that was one of the contracts we had. Second one was, like I said, Refuge Medical Training Company. They had 2 different pouches that they wanted. One of them was very similar to our original pouch, except with snaps. There was just a little bit different about the closure that we custom made for them. They also had another pouch that we custom designed for them. So you should be seeing a picture of those on the screen now. The other pouch is actually quite large, so I've got a video coming out in the next couple weeks or so where I kind of go through the process of what it took to prototype that larger pouch. And in that video I'll be putting together one of those pouches because it's a slightly different process than the ones that we typically do that I have footage of and videos up on the YouTube. So what else do we have? Oh yeah, we are currently working on another batch of 50 pouches for Self-Reliance Outfitters. So like I said, we've had things back to back to back that have come up, and it's been a blessing. I'm back to 100%. We are getting stuff done. All right, let's see what else going on here. Oh, in the midst of all these things, when I have time, when the big batches kind of come through and there's a lull between big orders, I am working on expanding the Just Nazarene Leather Company product line. We are specifically geared more towards outdoors leather gear. And so, just so you know, and I'll probably make another video going into more detail, especially as I have some of my other products finalized and built with some of the final prototypes. But the idea is what we're building towards is a minimum survival kit that you can carry on your belt. Alright, so everything from fire starting, water purification, cooking, hydration, shelter kit, your knife, your cutting tool, cordage, all of those things. We are trying to design products to where you can carry a minimum kit on your belt. That way, if you're just going for a day hike, or you've already set up base camp and you need to go scout an area, or you're going exploring or foraging, whatever else, you don't necessarily have to pack up your big pack worth of stuff. You have a survival kit and everything you need on your belt. So that's what we're working towards. The knife sheath is the next item that I am working on prototyping. There's parts of it that I like and other parts that I'm not happy with yet, and so I'm not going to produce a product that I don't personally like, and that's just the way it is. So even if it takes a while, I'm going to get it right before I present it to you. And then, as normal with prototyping and such, I've got something in my head that I think is good. I put it out there, and every time someone else has ideas to make it better, and I welcome those. In fact, our pouches that we send in, they have been modified quite a few times from the original first batch that we sent to Self-Reliance Outfitters, and it is based on feedback that we've gotten, and some of it just the convenience of how to use the pouch and such. That has gone into changing the design just a bit, and who knows, it may change again in the future. We'll just see. That's just the way it works. So yes, there are other products coming besides just belt pouches and belts and things, so be watching for those. And let's see, what's on my list? My workshop. All right. This is really two small bedrooms in my house. We've taken down the wall between them, and that's my chair squeaking. I'm sorry. And this is what I'm using for my workshop right now. And we are kind of at max capacity as far as floor space, but we do have a lot of empty space above the workbenches. So I am actually going to be building shelves. I've got the lumber for the first shelf already cut to length. I just have to sand a few more pieces and get it stained and everything like that. But I'm going to try and make a video about that construction so you can see what's going on there, and then maybe give an overview of the thought that went into the build of the workbench that I have now. I didn't have the forethought at the time to actually film me doing that, putting together the workbench, but it's very easy to understand. It was part of the kit that I got, but I'll show you what that looks like, and building the shelves. What that'll do, that'll help get some things off the floor. I try to hide the clutter from you on camera, but like even under this cabinet here, there's clutter, and I'm not even gonna turn the camera to show you that side of the workshop with my other workbench because it is just a nightmare. So yeah, I've got things going on. We've had work. I was in the hospital. I'm better now. It's fine. I've had a few small projects to keep me sane. I've got workshop stuff going on, and yeah, that's an update for Just the Nazarene Leather Company. Let me know in the comments if stuff like this is something that you would like to see me do more often. I am new to the YouTubes, and so I'm trying to figure this out. So let me know. All right. Thanks for joining me in the workshop today. I pray that you're blessed, and yeah, have a good day. Bye now.